Hello. Hello everyone. Can you hear me? Can you please let me know if you can hear me? Hello. Hi. Hello Brenda. Hello. Okay, I can see some people here. Can you please let me know if my audio is clear? My audio and video quality is okay. Can you please let me know? Hi Shannon. Hello. Okay, I'm just give me a second. Okay, my looks like my it looks like my picture is rotated, right? Do I start again if you want me to? Just let me know if you want me to start again, because it seems like my screen is rotated. Hi Landis. Hello Stephanie. Hi Natalie. Okay, Natalie will be modding for us today. So if you have any questions regarding the products that I'm using, please get in touch with her. And she will be posting all the links to the products for scrapbook.com. Okay, I think I'm good to go. So let me see how many of you have joined me till now. I actually cannot make out, sorry. Okay, so I will be teaching this card today, and it is a gorgeous fall themed card that I made using the pumpkin and spice collection. Hello Savita. Hi. Hi Darla. Hi. And then this collection that I'm going to use is the pumpkin and spice collection, and this is our newly launched collection. Can you see this? It has some gorgeous papers here. So today I am going to use this pattern paper here. It's a gorgeous rust brown color pattern paper with some beautiful Moroccan pattern tile pattern here, and I'm going to use this pattern paper on top of it. Okay, and all of these flowers and everything are from the same collection. So I think I should get started now. Many people have joined in, so I shouldn't waste any time. So let's get started with our live. First of all, what you will be needing is a white cardstock. So this cardstock that I'm using here is almost 130 pounds. Okay, and I got this from Amazon. If you want me to share a link with you, I will. But as of now, it's just a plain white cardstock, A4 size, and I am going to trim it 9 inches on this side and 7 inches on this side. Okay, so it will be 9 by 7. First of all, I'll score it at 9 so it is easier, and then I'll just score it at 4.5. And now let's just trim it at 9 inches here. Or should I just open this up? And there you go. We have 9 inches and 7 inches. Okay, And now the 4.5 mark, I am going to fold my card mountain side in, okay, so that the creasing is, so that my card does not fold. Although this card base that I'm using, it's so good quality, it does not crease at all, you know. I'm sorry, it does not you know, tear on the crease at all. I don't think I can find my scoring tool. Where's the scoring tool I just used? Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it like so. The next thing is, now that our card base is ready to go, I want to top it with a pattern paper. Okay. Hello Virna. Hi Elizabeth. Hi. Hello Tessie. Hi Maria. So this is the pattern paper that I'm going to use, that I told you about. Now this is a gorgeous rust color background, and it's so beautiful in real. I'm sure people who have bought this collection already love it. And it's one of my favorite papers from this collection, of course. So now what I'll do is, okay, the thing is that now I want my pattern paper to be a little short on all of the sides from this card base. This I just want about a 1/16 of an inch short on all the sides. So what I do is, I am not so precise with measurements, so this is what I do. I trim my pattern paper to the exact size of my card base first. There you go. Okay, so now it is 4.5 by 7 inches. Now what I'll do is, I'll just reduce 1/8 of 1/8 of an inch from one of the sides. So now this was 4.5 inches, and I'll just, not 1/8, I think, I'm sorry, I'm not very good with calculations, but these two, 1/16 of an inch from all sides. You just need to reduce 1/16 of an inch from all of the sides. So there you go. Now can you see it has a slim white border all around. Okay, this is what we want. Now on top of this card, or on top of this pattern paper, what I want is to place, hello Trudy, hi Sarah. Okay, so on top of this pattern paper, I want to make another mat, basically, which will hold my next pattern paper, the white one. So what I do is, I simply eyeball this thing. Okay, so here is what I do. Just a second please. Okay, now I have some I've made some marks that I feel this base should be centered. And this is my first time, people, so if you have any please be kind to me, because I'm quite nervous right now. And yeah, okay, so there you go. Now you see how we have a brown border all around our card, right? Like so. This is what we need. Okay, something like this. Now the next and the final pattern paper layer is this white cardstock that I showed you. I have some scrap left here, so I'm going to use this only, and I will trim it down. Once again, I will eyeball, and usually what I do is, this measurement that you see here, this thin border, it's usually 1/16 of an inch, but what I do is I just eyeball it. I don't measure it. If you are into mass producing cards or something like that, then of course you need to have some measurements. But if you're just making a card like I'm doing, like just 1 or 2 cards, then I think this is a better way, right? Okay, can you see that? Okay, I'll just remove all these things. Now our layers are ready. So the next step is distressing these papers. In my previous the flyer card that you had seen, I had not distressed the edges, but I'll just show you how you can do it without any distressing tool. Okay, so what I do is I just simply take my paper like so, use my nail. I have a little longer nails right now. I don't usually have them like so, but I just use my nails to do this. And I am not into very heavy distressing because somehow I do not like the look of heavy distressing. So this is what I do. And once I'm done with this, I'll just slightly try to, can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, I'll just try to slightly tear and roll my cardstock like so. Okay, I feel this is a more controlled way for me, because whenever I'm using any tools, I tend to tear my paper a lot. So I switched to this method. Now can you see how this looks? Just let me know. Like so. Okay, and once again I'm going to be doing this same thing. Yeah, Landy, you can always use scissors or craft tools if you do not have nails. But whenever I'm using scissors, because I'm so hurried in my projects sometimes, that whenever I'm using scissors, I tend to, you know, tear it like so. That's why I avoid using scissors. Especially, I do have craft tool, the Prima Comfort craft tool. It's an amazing tool, but I think I have misplaced it somewhere. I will have to search for it. Okay, there you go. I have it now ready. This one as well. Okay, can you see that? So the next step is adhering all of these layers together. So I'm going to glue these down. I'll just remove everything. Okay. So now let's just a second. Oopsies. Oopsies. And now I'm just going to carefully center this on this card, and there you go, our first layer is ready. Okay, now we come to this one. Once again, carefully just center it on your card like so. Yeah, I think that's good. See, that's the thing with eyeballing. You can be right, you can be wrong. So it's just a guesswork kind of thing. There you go. And yeah, can you see that? So our card base is ready now, and now we have to just start adding our textures, our colors, flowers, embellishments, everything. Okay, the reason why I chose a darker background, darker paper for the this rim part here and a lighter one here is because this, if you can see, it acts as a border for the card. Okay, and it gives a very good flower border kind of look. And on top I've added a lighter colored paper, basically just because the lighter shades, they tend to make your clusters, your flower arrangements pop up much better than darker shades. Okay, the colors show much better on lighter shades rather than darker shades. So that's why that's the only reason why I chose a lighter shade on top and a darker shade on the bottom, because this acts as a frame. It unites the whole project together, and this will help your embellishments and your flower clusters to pop better. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do here is adding some texture, but I'm not going to use any three-dimensional texture here. I'm simply going to use stamping with black archival ink. And because this is a very small card, I did not want to confuse it with a lot of work, because you know, on such a small area it's better to be simple, and I think simplicity is much better. So I'm just going to stamp using black archival ink. I'm using this Prima stamp, and it is a very old stamp from Prima. I think it is called Advert 2, and I couldn't find the link to it anywhere, so I haven't linked it. But yes, you can find it in some places, I'm pretty sure, but I couldn't find it on scrapbook.com. So now what I'm going to do is just ink up my stamp pretty well and hold it like in such a manner that the edges do not get stamped accidentally. See, you guys, my hands are shaking. I'm so nervous right now. And I'm so sorry for that. Okay, and I'll just rotate my stamp because I just like the look. Okay, there you go. Now if you can see, I've just stamped it in this fashion because I want to give some length to my card, because our card is more long than it is wide. So I just wanted to accentuate that length a little. That is why I'm stamping in this fashion. Okay, now I did not switch on my heat. The next thing is adding some color to our card. And for this purpose, today I'm going to use this artisan powder from Frank Garcia's Memory Hardware line. And this is in Parisian Rosewood. And I'm pretty sure many of you all know about this, right? This color is so gorgeous. I mean, I am absolutely in love with this beautiful color. It's terracotta rust kind of color, and it goes so well with fall themes. Anything actually. I've done so many projects using this, just this powder. And I'm going to use this artisan brush by Frank Garcia once again, because as you can see, this brush has very short bristles and they're very stiff, very compact in fact. So what happens is you can easily pick up this powder with the help of this brush, and the fallout is very low actually. The fallout is very low. So now what I'll do is I'll simply take some product on my brush here. Yeah, please let me know if you have any questions. If you've missed anything, you can always watch the replay. But if you want to know anything specifically about the process, just let me know. I'll try my best to answer you right now. But if I cannot get back to you, then I'll surely try to answer you back in the comments later on when the live is over. And okay. Yeah, so now that we have the product on our brush here, what I'm going to do is this is so simple and so easy, I think, and it gives really gorgeous effects. So now I want my cluster to be somewhere here, as you can see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just place your product like so and start to brush it all around. Okay, can you see that? Just start from the center. So the center of your composition has a darker shade and it blends as it goes out. And this is by far the easiest method to, I think, to add color to your cards. I'm not doing it on the table because I think my camera is shaking. But so I'm trying to do it over here. just like as if you are applying makeup or something, but of course you don't apply makeup like so. But yes, this is literally like doing something like that. Now every time I'm starting from the center, because I want my color to fade as I'm going outwards. Okay. And if you mix and match a few colors, like I'll just give you a... Now if you mix this color with this amber color here, you're going to get a beautiful ombre kind of effect. So you can try that out as well, but as of now I'm just sticking to one of these colors. Can you see that? I think the light is it's so bright in my room right now. Maybe it's looking a little flushed, but I'm not sure. You can just let me know if you feel that way. So here I have, and it's almost done. The background is almost done. If we need to add more color, we can always go back and add more color in the end. But as of now, I think I'm pretty satisfied with how this looks. Okay. So, thank you, Ingrid. Hello, Vandana. How are you? Okay, Vandana is the person who actually persuaded me to go and do this live, because I was really nervous, but yeah, she helped me out so much. Thank you so much for that. And now the next step is I'm going to add some of these layers that you see here. Okay. Now these are just random fussy cut papers from the collection. I'll just show you the ones that I have used here. For this card, I have used the 6x6 sheet. You can see. And now what you need to do is, actually I could have done this part beforehand, but I just thought it was such a small thing, you know. I'll also tell you why I'm sticking to only a few colors, even though this collection has one more color, that is pink. But I purposely chose to just stick to 2 or 3 colors, I think. 3 colors, yeah. That is because whenever you are making a project, just make sure it's not there is no hard and fast rule to a craft or art project. But if you see, then most of the times if you stick to just 3 colors at the max, most of the times it is way better than, you know, having a burst of colors on your projects, because then your theme is not coming out properly. Because that is what I feel. Actually, it's not a hard and fast rule. So what I've tried here to do is, my basic color, the color that I'm going to use the most is this terracotta rust brown kind of color, and these colors are just in the same family, if you see. Okay. And this here, the teal color, the mint teal color, is my accent color. So that is what I've tried to do. And there once again, there is no hard and fast rule, but I like it this way, so I thought I should tell you guys. Okay, so I have a few of these cutouts here, and maybe I'll do one more. Is everyone getting, like, okay, what should I say? I'm so sorry. Am I audible, you guys? Please let me know, because I'm not sure. I cannot see the screen, and my laptop is not working right now. Okay, once again I am going to distress the edges, because you see I have distressed the edges of these pattern paper here. I am going to distress the edges of these fussy cut layers as well. It's that simple. Just put your nail like so, and push it with the pad of your thumb. Okay, that's it. And if you want it a little bit more distress, just do this. There you go. I think I have ample of lace now. So now what I need to do is just start with one of these papers in the center on in your hand, like so, and start layering around it, so such that a little bit of all of these shows through. And you have to balance it. Like if you go this side on the right, on the left side, just add a paper to the right side, okay, so that it looks a little bit balanced. Just make sure a little bit of all of these shows through, and once you're satisfied, just hold it and staple it so that it does not move. Okay, here is how our layer is going to look like on the card. Now I always use chipboard. I do not suggest, or I do not like using 3D foam tape, especially because for me it has never worked well. My projects always tend to fall out because 3D tapes lose tackiness over a period of time. So I like to use these chipboards, and these are all recycled chipboards once again, because you know, like nowadays everyone is ordering so many packages. Sitting at home, we are all shopping, doing nothing else. So yeah, these are from furniture packagings and everything. Now I have adhered my chipboard with some hot glue. Okay, and let's place our layer on top of this here. My glue gun cord is a little short, so I have to just move my hand over there. I'm sorry if I'm blocking your view. So here it is. Okay, can you see that? Okay, now the next step in here is adding our florals and fussy cut images. Okay, and before I do that, I want to introduce you to some more things. Like I like to use fabrics and laces in my projects. So these are some crochet doilies that I got from Amazon. If you need a link, I'll definitely share it with you, but I'm pretty sure you can get it anywhere on Amazon or Etsy, any place. And I'm going to be using some of these doilies here. Now these are some wheat shaped pollens and stuff, and this here that you see has come from those cotton stems that you get at Michael's, I suppose. And you don't need the flower. You can of course use the flower as well, because that would look awesome on a fall card. But I just cut down the leaves that were the extra leaves that were there, and I use them on my projects all the time. And then here are some mini pine cones, and these look adorable on your fall cards. So these are a few things that I like to use. I always you can always go back to your garden and pick up some random things, you know, to decorate your projects, because they look fantastic. Trust me, they just take your project up a notch. So let's get started once again. I'm talking a lot, I think. How long has the live been right now? Can't see, I'm sorry. Okay, so here is my lace, the doily lace I have. Now I'm just going to add some of it here, and let me see, maybe like so. Okay, and because I just want a balanced composition, I am doing the same thing on this side as I'm doing the same thing on this side as I'm doing on this side. This area, as you see, is my main focal point because it has more embellishments, and this is like the balancing focal point as it has a fewer and smaller embellishments on this side. So I think I will have to trim this down. It looks a little big. Just try to open up the threads a little, I mean the weaving a little, so that it looks a little bit more on the distressed side. Now that we have this ready, let's add some glue. So for all of the embellishments that I used, I try to use white glue or something like that, because you tend to move your embellishments so much during the whole process of arrangement that if you use hot glue, it is very likely that you will ruin your project. So this is what I do. I use white glue. Now that I have my lace here, you can still see that I'm just sticking to my the long I'm trying to accentuate the length of the card, right? So just by doing this, just by pulling this thread so that it looks a little longer on this side, you actually accentuate this length of the card. So now that we have done this, okay, I think I added it on the wrong side. There you go. Okay, now let's come to the flowers. So here are the gorgeous prima flowers. Oh my god, every time I see them, my heart skips a beat. So these are the flowers that I'm going to use, and all of the links to the flowers that I'm using today will be shared to you by Nathamal. And if you have any other questions regarding any products, do let me know. So I'm using one flower from this pack. It has 9 of those. And maybe 1 or 2 from here, and a couple of these terracotta colored flowers from this pack. Just keep these aside. Okay, now what you need to do is just find, the first thing that you have to do is find a spot for your largest flower first, because this flower occupies the most space, and if you leave it to the end, trust me, it is not going to come out as well. So just find a spot for your biggest flower first and then try to assemble everything around it. That is the easiest way to go about. Okay, so what I do is just a second. I'll just glue this down here. Okay, now I need a few more flowers to form this cluster here. So just squish your flower so that it looks somewhat like this and place it underneath like so. Okay, in nature not everything is not all flowers you can't see all the flowers. So some are hidden behind the others, while some of them you can see completely, right? So just try to mimic nature when you're making your composition. Try to layer your embellishments as much as you can. The more you layer them, the more intricate your work looks. Okay, I think okay, I want to show you one of the flowers that this collection has, and it is these gorgeous sunflowers. I really wanted to use these for my project, but then at that point in time I just couldn't find these, so yeah, I just skipped the idea. Okay, so now that I have it ready, this side, let's go to this side now. Now once again I'm taking my flower like so and placing it such that only a little bit of shows on the project here. So my as you can see, I have just hidden a little bit of this flower behind this layer. On top of this, I am going to add this flower here, okay, like so, and you can always add a little bit more. I haven't added there, but you can always do that. Let me see. Actually this this spot is actually the balancing focal point, so I haven't added a lot of it here, so I'll just leave it like so, because I have to add this metal embellishment as well, so I want to save some space for it. Maybe I will add one of these tiny flowers here. These tiny flowers on the twigs that you see here, I'm going to add one of these. just take a little bit of hot glue for it. It's so small. Okay, can you see that? Okay, so now let's come on to adding some more embellishments. So as I told you, I really like to add some of these things. This is actually wheat stem, of our wheat stem, artificial wheat stem, and I painted it in mint color to match my theme, because this bright green wasn't just going with my theme here. So I painted it using this impasto paint, the mint one here, and now it matches perfectly, right? So I'll just what I like to do is just take the twig, this twig, just curl it on your oops okay, never mind, just curl it on your finger and slightly open it up like so. Okay, once again I have some more twigs. Now these ones are from prima leaves, you know those prima leaves that we have, and they have long stems. So it's quite often that we do not end up using these stems. So what I do is I just snip them and save them for later use. So this is what I do. Okay, just curl them on your fingers. You could also use a paintbrush for this, but I do not like to use a paintbrush simply because then the curls are like really tight. Okay, so I like to use my fingers better. So this is how it will look. Can you see that? I hope I'm not going too fast. Please do let me know. Yeah, please do more lives. I'm loving your creation. Thank you so much, Vatsala. Thank you so much, Vandana. Hi, Charlotte. Hello, Michelle. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for supporting me, because I'm really nervous right now and I'm trying my best to keep my nerves calm, but okay. So now what I'll do is I'll just try to give a little bit of shape to my these stems. Like I shaped my stems here, I'm just trying to shape this pollen as well, and just find a spot for it. Okay, see, this is why I do not like to use hot glue, because if I had used hot glue for this flower, placing these stems and twigs would have been really difficult, right? Okay, so there you go. Now let's place this one more here, and I'll have to trim this one down because it's too long for my card. Yeah, it should be something like this. Now I'll just add some hot glue here so that these things do not move. Oops. Okay, there you go. Okay, can you see that? Now once again with these twigs, what I've tried to do is accentuate the length of the card. Okay, because our composition is somewhat like this, but our card is more long than it is wide. So I've just tried to accentuate the length with these twigs. And as I told you, the stamping and this thread from the crochet doily that's falling down is also doing the same thing. Okay, thank you so much, Shannon. Yeah, sure one. Then I'll definitely try to do that. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you, Nathaniel. Okay, so the next step is adding some, yeah, we were adding some fussy cut elements, and all of my fussy cut elements and my ephemera from this collection are in this tiny box tray something kind of thing here, because I have literally used up everything on one of my previous projects, so I'm not left with a lot, but I'm trying my best to complete this project. Now this is a fussy cut leaf from the collection that I have added behind this largest flower, just because we want to layer our embellishments as much as possible. Okay, so we have the biggest flower, then we have a leaf, and then we have two smaller flowers that are peeping from behind. Okay, we also have some twigs and some pollens that are coming from behind, so it is basically giving a very layered look to our floral cluster, and this is what we go for when we want detailed kind of card. Okay, the next thing I am going to use this chipboard here. Actually this scarf that you see is I think it was an ephemera from the collection, but I don't have it anymore, so I have this chipboard from the collection and I'm going to use this scarf. Okay, guys, this time I'm just sticking to the project that I've made, because this is like my first live and I'm not very sure if I can complete it on time, so I'm just sticking to my original project here. But maybe later on I'll try in future lives, I'll try to, you know, do some other version of the same project with you all. Okay, like so. And now we come to our cute pumpkins. This collection has one entire page dedicated to gorgeous pumpkins here. I'll just show you. Can you have a look at that? This is so gorgeous. I mean, I used up like I have one paper on the back. I started a layout, but it didn't turn out well, so what I usually do is I clear gesso all my pages, so the back was completely okay, and so I fussy cut all of these cute pumpkins, and I'm now using them on my projects. And here we go. Can you see that? All of these are from one single sheet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these because it was not originally in my card, but I'm just going to show you. Now this I think this is a plate kind of pattern here. Now what I'm going to do is, because we have a similar pattern in this pumpkin, and I want a black pumpkin, especially because it's going to give a little bit of contrast and it'll look pretty. So I'm going to use the same pattern pumpkin over here. Okay, so that it once again balances this thing, because we have a pattern here. Once again, this pumpkin is going to balance this thing out. If you just place it behind this like so, it isn't going to show well. Okay, so avoid placing similar patterns just behind the other. Avoid placing similar colors behind the other, one behind the other, and also avoid like placing two die cuts one behind the other, because they are not going to show people, and it's very difficult to it becomes very confusing. So try layering your papers in colors that are not similar to each other, patterns that are not similar to each other. And now we have this pumpkin over here, and one more pumpkin I need, because our lace is white. There is no use in going with any white or you know, cream colored pumpkins. So I am going to use a blue or a terracotta kind of pumpkin. I think I'm not going to take a terracotta pumpkin. I'm going to stick to a blue pumpkin here. This is also a little whitish, right? Okay, I don't think I have fussy cut one. So what I will do is I can use a chipboard, right? I do like the chipboard, but it's too thick for my liking. So I'm just going to rip off some of its backing and try to reduce this white edge. I'm so sorry for my messy desk. Okay, there you go. Can you see that? Now it's really visible very properly. Okay. And while you're placing your embellishments, one more thing that you have to keep in mind is try to make them in such a fashion that they are not leveled with each other. Some are some are on the top, some are a little bit below. I hope I'm making sense with all this. Okay, can you see that? Maybe I just want to add a little bit of no. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Now we come on to adding some title for our project here. And okay, I forgot one thing. It's these cute little cotton leaves, and these are foul leaves, people. These are not real leaves. I got them from Michael's, and they had this cotton stem. So you can always use the flowers as well on your projects, right? But I really like these leaves, so I just pulled them out and I'm going to use these. I really like something from nature on your card, especially fall cards. It looks so gorgeous, right? Okay, now we come to our title. So I think I will go with this one here. This is also an ephemera from the same collection, the Pumpkin and Spice collection. Now, before you place this, just make sure you layer behind this as well. So once again, we are going to use some scrap papers that we have had from our previous projects. Or when you are cutting all of these sheets, then you definitely end up with having a lot of scraps. So try using them. So here I have some scraps from previous projects. What I'd like to do is just simply add some glue. My glue is like really, I'm really running out on it, I think. Okay, now once I'm done with this, I simply I usually eyeball everything, so yes, you're going to see a lot of it during my live videos. Now once again, I'm trying to distress it with my fingernails. You can always use tools for distressing, but I'm pretty sure when you're using tools so many times and on such small little things, it becomes a little bit more tedious, like reaching for it, and I tend to misplace my stuff on my craft table. So this is the easiest method to distress. Okay, and the next layer I want to use is this gorgeous mint color here. Hello Swati. Hi Elizabeth. Hi Tina. Hi Raquel. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your names right. Please forgive me. Once again. Can you see that? Okay. So So am I too close to the camera, you guys? Please let me know, because I cannot sit and craft, so I have to stand, and I'm not sure if I'm too close to the camera or not. Okay, so we have our title ready here, and this is how it'll go. I think I just want to trim it down a little bit more. Distressing a project is completely on your if you like distressing, go ahead and distress. If you do not like, then it's okay, no problems. Many of us do not like distressing, so yeah. I usually used to distress a lot, but back in India, I think I switched to this method after a funny incident happened. I may share it sometime. Okay, so there you go. We have our title ready to go. And once again, I'm going to use this thick chipboard to Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you. I'm glad you all are sticking so long. I'm not sure how long it has been, but yeah, it's definitely been over 30 minutes, right? Okay. Now this title that I have, I am just going to, take a few leaves and try to adjust this somehow. Now, once again, you can see I used white glue, so it saved me because I cannot adjust this flower. So I had to pull it out, and now I'll just put it like so. Push it inside like so. Okay, can you see that? Okay, now what do we have to do? Let me see the card. Yeah, okay, got it. Next step is adding some of your metal embellishments. So Prima had some really beautiful metal embellishments with these newer collections, the Sweet Christmas collection and the Pumpkin Spice collection. And here I have some acorns, okay, and some fall leaves that we had with this collection. So today on this card I used this cute acorn enamel charm, and I could use the same thing or I can switch to this one. I think I'll switch to this one here, but it's not showing well, right? Okay, how about here? Maybe something like this. Yes. Okay, so let's adhere this as well. And I think my heat gun just isn't okay. It's not working. Okay. So here we have the cute fall leaf that we have from the collection. Now a few more details and we will be done with our card. You don't have to wait too long. Here are the gorgeous satin crystals, and I am going to use these ones here. Why? Because I think they will pop much better on the background, on the white. So I'm just going to use a couple of them here on this side, and once again you need to balance this, so just on the opposite side, somewhere around this, see that, something like so. Yeah, and Now we are almost done with the card. What we are left with is some splatters, glitter, some art ingredients, of course. For this purpose, I have some micro beads and some glitter by Finnair. This one is the luminous, I think this was the luminous set, and it has some gorgeous glitters in the gold line. So I'm going to be using this one and some glitter and some micro beads. Okay. So what I like to do is, actually I do not use anything, whatever glue I have on hand, I like to use that only. So if I have white glue, if I have clear gel, whatever it is, I just use that, because ultimately this clear gel also dries clear. So of course you can go ahead and use anything that you have. The soft gels by Prima are really good at adhering such things, but I do not have any of those. I have the 3D gels, and the 3D gels have a little bit of bulk in them, so I don't like to use them to adhere really tiny things on my project. So now here I have some clear glue, hope you can see that, okay, and a wet paintbrush. I'm just going to dip my paintbrush here and simply add some glue wherever I want my micro beads to go. Now you do not want to spread them all over your card, because there is going to be a lot of fallout in that case. So just stick to the centers of the flower, or maybe a few places here and there, but that should be it, I think. Okay, this pumpkin, I think I should just cut it and place it a little bit more like so on the inside. Okay. And now where do I need some more? This, and maybe a little bit over here near the satin crystals. That's it. And now just dip your paintbrush and simply do the swirling kind of motion to remove all the micro beads from your paintbrush. Okay, and I'm adding some glue, and on this cotton leaf here, the foul cotton leaf, some on this area, some on these laces. That's it. And okay, I forgot about the title, so some on this title as well. Okay, we have the micro beads done. You do not need to add any more glue to your card, any more glue to these areas, because the glitter is going to take up all the spaces that are left. So what I do is I just sprinkle on these places wherever I had added the glue and the micro beads, and this glitter is going to just stick to all of those areas. I'm so sorry. Stick to all of those areas. Oopsies. There you see, our glitter work is done. Although I do love glitter, but yeah, the mess is epic after using them. So there we have the card almost ready. The only few things left here are the splatters. Okay, and of course, once again, I'll just tell you, I used the artisan powder in the Parisian rosewood color. And of course you can, once again, if you feel that it's not showing through very properly, you can always go back, okay, and add some more from the underneath. Okay, I'm sorry, my camera is shaking, that is why I'm avoiding this step. So but you can always go ahead and do this. Okay, now that we have this done, I'm just going to clear up the space a little bit. let's tie a cute bow for our card. And if you think that the twine does not look really pretty on the bow, does not come out really pretty, what you can do is what I've done here. Try tying your twine on some circular object like so, and what happens is that the fall that the thread has after this looks really gorgeous after this doing this trick. So I'll just try to adjust it someplace. I like all of my twines and twigs, everything coming from the inside of the composition rather than being on the top, because it gives it a very natural kind of look. Okay, so I think the loops are a little big for my likeness, so I'll just shorten this. Now just trim off the excess and something like this. Okay, just add some glue. Okay, here, and finally we will be adding some splatters. So for splatters, I like to use chalk paint or white texture paint, white crackle paint, crackle texture paste, or white acrylic paint. I don't go with chalk. I don't go with gesso because I do not like how it, it's not that stark. Okay, so just let's give some splatters. Okay, I think that is more than enough for white. Now let's do some black. For black, I'm going to use the black gesso because I think it's really pigmented, and even a tiny bit of it is so much, right? And for black, I like to just hide my composition with a plastic or a paper, and be very careful when using black because even a little bit goes a long way, with black. I think that is more than enough. And last but not the least, I'm going to use some mint color, and here you go. So this mint kind of color here is actually our accent color, and that is just how much we need. Just a little, and now just let's add some of this color over here on these pollens, a little bit on these stems as well. And there you go. I think our card is ready. You can always add some art stones as well. And what else? These are the puffy stickers that we have. I wanted to add this, but I think this is more than enough for our card. Let me know, you guys, please, if you liked this card. How is it? Okay, I think I'm done with the live right now, and if you have any comments, any questions, or if you did not understand any part of this process, please do let me know and I will get back to you in the comments. And see you soon again. Until then, I think I'll just get going. Okay, thank you for watching, everyone. Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Sharon. Bye bye. Bye. Thank you.